Hey everybody, welcome back to the Voluntary Exchange podcast. This is No Chains. I don't really have a story to hit on today. I could talk about the Fed, how we got QE, a million coming back, negative interest rates are probably on the horizon, and just the complete chaos in the markets. But I really don't want to talk about that, and I don't think you want me to either. So I thought I'd just speak on this Justin Trudeau situation. And not really about the story, but about how and why it's a story. So I wake up this morning and I go on the Twitters and I check the normal sites that I go on. And I expect all the lefty, like the social justice warriors to go after everybody, and he's one of them. He's Mr. Socialist Justice Warrior, Justin Trudeau. And I expect them to, with their low-level attacks of, oh, you're a racist, or oh, blackface, and oh, blah, blah, blah. But, what I can't really get behind, and I kind of find frustrating, is that the quote-unquote conservative, right-wing, small government, sorry, I'm fighting a cold here, I think. The quote-unquote conservative right-wing commentators, internet commentators, the answer to the Voxes of the world and the SJWs online, they always, instead of actually being conservative, they just spend all day responding to the left wing being crazy. And then when something like this happens with Justin Trudeau, what do? Well, it looks like Justin Trudeau's a racist too. Oh my God. You're allowing them to continue to run the narrative. You're allowing them to continue to control the arena, and you're buying right into their thing. Now you're bickering back and forth about nothing. It's just it's gotcha stuff on top of each other. Aha! So I guarantee if I go on Ben Shapiro, if I go on Paul Joseph Watson, if I go on David Rubin, Crowder, PragerU, Blaze TV, all these ones that are going to go, what? Oh, looks like they're getting a taste of their own medicine. Nobody cares. Lots of people care, and that's kind of the problem. I don't know why this is what we fight about. It's just, they said mean things. So the SJW says mean things about the right wing. And I use right wing, I don't think any of those guys are conservative, anybody I mentioned. They're not real small government, free speech absolutists who believe in the Second Amendment. None of them. Ben Shapiro, if you say the word Israel, he calls you an anti-Semite and he tries to get you banned. Dennis Prager, same thing. Glenn Beck, same thing. Tim Pool, he believes in abortion and a lot of lefty things. Dave Rubin, he's a left-winger. Jordan Peterson, he's a left-winger. They're not on. So this whole thing where it's like the right wing has become the home of free speech. And look what we do. We spend all our time hanging out with left-wingers who have been run out of town by the left. Great. So then so now your audience is left-wingish. So now you're going to now normalize the things that you're supposed to be against, like universal basic income and Medicaid for all these big government programs, and you're gonna give, and you can give your audience, whatever. But now you're interviewing all day people that wanted to violate the Second Amendment. And what do you say? Well, I'm giving them a platform to speak their mind, and we disagree on things, but you don't debate them on your shows. You just hang out and make fun of the left and the crazy regressive left, as you call them. But you're just as triggered and SJW snowflakes as they are, because when Justin Trudeau gets caught blackface, instead of saying, I'm not going to go after Justin Trudeau because I don't find this racist, I think this is stupid, and I'm going to move on and talk about something important, you jump right in, and then you're on this battlefield with them, which they control. Like, middle America does not want to talk about Justin Trudeau blackface. They just go, I hate Justin Trudeau, and that's it. They want to talk about the economy, food prices, jobs, wars, taxes, gun rights, and if they're social conservatives in the mid America, they want to talk about the changing society. That stupid show Big Mouth on Netflix, where, like, puberty starts at 6 now, and they're talking about, sex on these shows when the kids are 7. The sexualization of the kids, LGBTQTP, pedophile shit in schools. This is what social conservatives, which I am not one of, but this is what they want to talk about. None of them bring that to that. None of that. None of that is on any of these shows. It's just, you turn it on and you feel good. Well, look, there's somebody I can watch who makes fun of the left. But nothing changes. The left doesn't get beaten. What was beating back? We had a chance. When Beto said that stupid thing about, I'm coming for your AR-15s, that is all these outlets should be talking about. Hammer that. Hammer that all day. Spread that around. That's how the culture war is actually supposed to be fought. They're winning the culture war because they control the narrative. And it's not because they have more media outlets. So that's, Crowder just sits around and they go, the mainstream media said this today. And then he makes fun of it. Why don't you bring your own topics to teach people? Talk about something else. It's almost like you're part of it. It's like, I always go back to the old show, Hannity and Combs. Hannity was there to make the audience love him, and Combs was there to be yelled at. So the audience went, fuck you, Combs. But Combs knew what he was doing. They're fine. They go on the golf course together. They really don't actually dislike each other. And Crowder hates the SJWs, but if, like, AOC all of a sudden got, like, canceled by the woke culture, he'd have her on a show and go, we can at least agree on how mean they are to us. I just don't like, this is the so instead of Iran and Saudi Arabia and making sure you're paying attention to who's lying us into war, and the war in Afghanistan that was supposed to end, and how we didn't end it, and how we can continue to hammer the president on ending the war in Afghanistan, or not going to war with Iran, or fighting for our gun rights, or pushing against whatever. If you want, more conservative things, you guys just want to go back to meme fighting about Trudeau. So they win. This is the news story of the day on alternative media. This is like the number one hashtag on Twitter and YouTube. These places of free expression and free, free speech. Well, it's a waste of time if all you're going to talk about is bullshit. Who cares? Trudeau was calling blackface. Great. Well, they should come after him like the way they came after that Republican guy. Both of them are politicians. That Republican guy, he's not gonna shrink the size and scope of government. He's not a conservative. So I don't know why Ben Shapiro says he's the number one conservative podcast. He's not. He just battles SJWs in the desert. But he's not like, I don't like socialism. Great, neither do I. But you're not a conservative. What are you conserving? Like Owen Benjamin says, you guys couldn't conserve a boy's bathroom or a girl's bathroom. Couldn't even conserve that. You just whined about it. And that's what I'm seeing. That's what this whole thing is. The intellectual dark web, for example, is filled with left-wingers. But because they are free speech, people are like, oh, I like Sam Harris. He's pretty cool. And I like the Weinstein. They're not conservative. They're not for gun rights. They're not for small government. They're not for low taxes. They're not even for small wars. So why are these the heroes? Why are these the people leading the conservative fight against the left? They're all going to vote for the left. I don't know. So that's really all I have. Quick video today on the number one topic. And this is, hopefully you understand why I don't engage in this kind of stuff. Now, I'll talk about it for fun, like when me and Truth Force do, the weekly podcast. I mean, we'll sit there, I'll rap about Justin Trudeau and stuff, but like, my point here is like the conservative alternative movement to the mainstream big tech conglomerate that's shutting down their ability to get their expression and their ideas out. If you're just going to spend your time rambling about garbage like this, what's the point? You're not conserving anything. So that's all I wanted to say. So again, this has been No Chains. This is the Voluntary Exchange Podcast. I will have a video out. I got a busy weekend, but we're going to try to squeeze in a podcast, and I'll also try to squeeze in a video on some kind of foreign policy. You'll probably grab on something. We haven't done one on Hong Kong in a while. Probably should do one on Hong Kong. I might have a video tomorrow. I might take Friday off. We'll see how things are. You can check our stuff out on the YouTube channel and over on 3Speak, the blockchain alternative to YouTube. You can also check us out on decentralizedtruth.com is our website. We can also be found over on minds.com. Check us out over there. Become a subscriber, follower. Give us a couple upvotes, and we can boost our posts and get them out to a bigger audience. And yeah, make sure you do that on YouTube too. Make sure you hit the notification bell and the subscription button. Notification bell is important because when we go live once a week, you can hop in the chat and you can help us steer the. That's just an open-ended conversation. We just kind of goof off for an hour and a half. And then I have also a WordPress, and I'm also check me out on Steemit, which is the It's like a publishing website for content creators on the Steem blockchain. So it's an alternative to a combination of Twitter and WordPress and Tumblr and Facebook. It's a community where it's on the blockchain and you can be paid for your work. I mean, I know monetization isn't what everybody's looking for. They're not looking to do it for money, but it's nice that when you put your time and effort into something like a video or a deep dive conspiracy piece or just research, or you happen to be an expert on botany or whatever you were an expert on, you'd like to get a couple dollars and not have to be beholden to the big tech to decide if you have the content that is acceptable enough to make money off. So check that out. That's on Steemit. Just look up Steemit or Steem the blockchain, and then also the video platform 3Speak, and that's on the same platform. So again, this has been No Chains, just a quick video. Focus your energy on things that are important. Don't stoop to the level of the SJW. Just ignore them and they'll go away. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, hug your family, have a good time, disconnect. Don't spend your day attached to your computer. That's my suggestion. So until next time, again, this has been No Chains. This is the Voluntary Exchange Podcast. I will see you guys later.